had a chance to see the film last year, and Emma, my first question's for you. When you decided to tell a story that focused on fandom and obsession, did you always know how far you were going to have Riley take things?
Yeah, I did have, I did know how far it was going to go from the get. I don't think that I knew the depths of what everyone else would bring to as actors and the entirety of the characters yet, but as far as the plot goes, that yes, I was pretty firm on from the beginning.
And Kate, let's talk a bit about your character because Peyton gives her kind of a tunnel vision to the point that you don't even react to some of the things that you do. Tell me a little bit about getting into the psyche of that character.
It was interesting. She's a bit of a heavy character to hold. But it was I did work a lot with like the psychology of it, and I did a lot of research kind of on narcissistic personality traits and just that how that affects the perspective of someone who, has that way of thinking about things. And tunnel vision is a great way to put it. I think that, she truly believes that everything that she's doing is going to be worth it in the end because she, is going to be doing something that is going to make the world better. Um, and so yeah, she is a crazy girl.
And beyond some of the actions that she takes, you guys specifically, is there an artist whose music has deeply affected either of you the way that Peyton's does to Riley early in the film?
Yes. For me, it was Hole and Courtney Love. Courtney Love, those albums, was me.
I a lot of folk music really speaks to me like that. And just a lot of uh I'm blanking on the word, but like orchestral
Orchestral.
orchestral music. And just like movie soundtracks and scores, those I all of my, my favorite movies have just amazing music in them, and I find those are usually what I connect with the most.
And Emma, I know you have a background directing music videos. Music is a very prominent part of this film. I also know that I believe you said you used to work at a record store in Vancouver. I worked at Sunrise Records here in Toronto for a long time, so I know that vibe. How did you settle on the type of music that you were going to have Peyton play in this film?
It's slowly. We came with the casting of Herman first, because we knew that he's kind of got like a bit of a poppy vibe. There was different directions that it could have gone. It could have gone a little bit more like rock or punk, or it could have gone a little bit more hip hoppy. There's just different ways that it could have gone because I think a lot of this genre doesn't always pin down what angst is. I think we have like artists like Juice World, who we feature in the film, definitely speaks to a teenage angst, but it's not this poppy kind of One Direction music that we wound up with. But I think Herman himself just has a little bit more of that poppy Harry Styles vibe. So we kind of chased that down the hardest first and worked with our composers to create all the original songs in the film. And um, they wrote dozens of songs, and we narrowed it down to the three that are ultimately in the film now.
And I know you've mentioned that you have some Easter eggs within the film. Do you have any Canadian specific ones that you would like to mention?
Yeah, I do. There's a church montage scene that the we named the church Our Lady of Peace, is a nod to, of course, Our Lady Peace. That was this very specific nod in there. The band tour manager, he's wearing Alexis on Fire t-shirts throughout the movie. That was kind of a nice little other band nod in there. I'm trying to think of other Canadian specific ones. Um, I mean, I'll think of other ones in there. We definitely modeled some of the songs. Like my very, very first music video ever was the band called 10 Epic out of Edmonton. So there's like a lyric in one of the songs that we definitely borrowed from that video. That was my very first one ever, which was um, it's uh, it's all right to not all right. You're all right to be you're not alone, something like that. I gotta forget it now. But we borrowed a TSE lyric as well. That was another one.
And just to end things off, without getting into any spoilers, you make some very deliberate choices when it comes to both of your lead characters. What do you think the lasting message of this film is?
You should go and get a lower back tattoo. That is the lasting message. No, I think the lasting message is I think that I hope that it makes people look at love and the way that we look in love. I say that this is a love story, and I think that it's a toxic love story, but then this character has so much real love within her, with her friendship, with even this stepmother character who's trying her damnedest to like be there for her, and her dad in his own like incom incomplete way. So just the ways that we connect with people and the ways that we express love and receive love. I hope that we start to look at that a little bit more.
Well, it was a pleasure chatting with you guys, and I'm looking forward to people getting to see this movie when it comes out.
Me too. Let's get everyone to the
Me.
theater.